In this tutorial, we're going to describe the general structure of the brain in various levels. The human brain contains many folds and grooves, which increase the surface area and accommodate more neurons to fit inside the skull, enabling higher functions. The cerebral cortex is the outermost layer of the brain, and it plays key roles in high-level functions such as sensory perception, motor control, language and communication, executive functions, and memory and learning. If we were to flatten the brain's wrinkles, we'd end up with a roughly 2 square feet sheet being approximately 2 to 4 millimeters thin. Represented in this image by the darker blobs, functional patches in the cerebral cortex are specialized and systematically organized regions of neurons, each uniquely responsive to specific types of sensory input or cognitive processes, forming an intricate network that supports our perception, thought, and behavior. Let's look at a cross-section of the cerebral cortex, which can help us visualize functional patches, cortical layers, cortical columns, and cortical areas. Located within a functional patch, cortical columns are vertically oriented, functionally specialized units within the cerebral cortex, comprising of thousands of interconnected neurons that process specific types of sensory or cognitive information. They are represented here by the dark red lines and the circles at the top. Cortical layers are distinct horizontal bands in the cerebral cortex, each with unique neurons and connections, jointly processing a wide range of sensory and cognitive information. Here you can see the black lines separating the layers into 6 separate sections. Did you know that the human brain's cerebral cortex has only 6 layers but potentially millions of cortical columns? This is a stark contrast, highlighting the simplicity of its layered structure against the complexity of its columnar networks. In FEAGI, we consider a cross-section between a cortical column and a cortical layer a cortical area that consists of mostly uniform neurons. Like in FEAGI's 3D brain monitor, it is represented by the light blue box. If we were to zoom in on the cortical area, we could see individual cubes called neuron blocks. Every FEAGI cortical area is consisted of many neuron blocks, being the smallest selectable unit as part of the FEAGI brain visualizer. FEAGI allows you to customize the dimensions and neuron properties of these cortical areas. A single neuron block in FEAGI can contain one or many neurons.